Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Sorry this video is out late, but we had a busy weekend. So anyway, today we are continuing in Zechariah, and this day we're doing part of Zechariah 5. In fact, the only first 4 verses of it, and so I think you'll like it. Hi, I'm Pastor Mark. We're with Heights Christian Church, and we are going through the Bible in 5 years. We would love it very much if you would subscribe to this channel, be a part of that with us on a daily basis. Not only are you and I reading it, but also all the people of Heights Christian Church. We do it together as a body of believers, and we try to keep up and do that. And at the end of 5 years, we go through the whole Bible. So please subscribe. Anyway, let's dive into Zechariah 5, verses 1 through 4. I looked again, and there before me was a flying scroll. He asked me, "What do you see?" I answered, "I see a flying scroll, 20 cubits long and 10 cubits wide." And he said to me, "This is the curse that is going out over the whole land. For according to what it says, on one side every thief will be banished, and according to what it says on the other, everyone who swears falsely will be banished. The Lord Almighty declares, I will send it out, and I will enter the house of the thief, and the house of anyone who swears falsely by my name. It will remain in that house, and destroy it completely, both its timbers and its stones." Wow. Okay, so, before we've seen Zechariah with a number of, encouraging messages, but now he's seeing a vision that is a threat and a promise from God, and he sees the scroll. The scroll's flying in his vision, but the scroll is not rolled up. In fact, it's spread out wide, and it's written on both sides, much like the 10 Commandments were written on both sides of the tablet of the stone. And so, and there are 2 promises from God, edicts. And one is about the thief, the other one who's falsely swears by God's name. So you have basically denotions to the 8th commandment and the 3rd commandment. And clearly you can see both sides. And it's big, it's wide, so everyone can read it. There's no hidden, this is the law flying around, so everyone can see it. So there's no mistake. And interesting, if you think about it, the man who deals falsely, swears falsely by God's name, is violating the vertical relationship between God and man. And those that a thief is one who is wrongly doing the horizontal relationship. And so that covers pretty much all of the 10 commandments. I think this is interesting. And so I think these are the 2 of the law. These are 2 aspects of the law that were probably most done against God in Israel before they left, before they were taken in captivity. And he's just reemphasizing, don't get started doing this again. And so I think it's important to point that out. And if you'll also notice the house that will be made for destruction, timbers and stone. This is probably, he's speaking clearly to the wealthy among the house of Israel. And this is what, don't be taking advantage of the poor, and do not be falsely swearing and taking bribes and denying justice to those that are less fortunate than you. So this is clearly almost a retelling of the law, reintroduction to the new inhabitants of of Israel and Jerusalem after they've returned after being gone for so many years, 70 years actually, for captivity. And so, important to know, God's law never changes. It stays the same. And so, he's just introducing it to a new set of his children. We need to get reminded constantly that, we have this innate idea of rationalization of breaking laws, whether it be man's law or God's law. And we need to be reminded constantly that, no, we need to do it God's way, because that's the best way. Those are my encouraging words for you today. We'll see you tomorrow.